Welcome, everyone.
Bobitku, welcome.
I've lost count. Is this episode 6, episode 5, episode
No,
7?
but
I
count
don't
it.
know.
Jeden, dva,
Yeah.
how it goes.
2, 3,
3,
4, 5, 6,
ta.
6. Next one is Sedum. Right?
Sedum is the next. Yeah.
But you can't,
6.
you know, I will gladly speak or say some words in Czech. But the one, in case we have some viewers from South Africa, I will not mention that festival that they have in the Czech, and this guy that had a I mean, he was it's his
Which
surname.
festival?
Masterclass.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. We'll have enough time to talk about Czechs when they play South Africa on Thursday. Yeah.
So for just now, welcome. Yes.
Yeah. Another episode 6.
Welcome.
Madrid Merseyside Mashup. We are going big guns.
Mashing Bobby.
I'm tired as hell, man. I'm tired as hell. All these games, all the notes.
On,
I mean, hey, I'm maybe a bit more.
No, don't go
experienced.
there. No,
experienced.
Experienced.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
A bit more experienced than I've had more life experiences. Yeah.
That's it.
So yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but man, this comes around once every 4 years. So we make the most of it. Yeah. More mashed up experiences of football and fun. You know who we are. I'm Bobby, and we've got a Ricky on the side there. Just on the left side, right side. I don't know how the thing is set up. But yeah,
God, man.
it's been crazy. Really,
but crazy. But where? Like even where it was crazy, Bobičku? On pitch or off the pitch?
Everywhere.
Right?
Everywhere.
Like what is crazier? On pitch or off the pitch? Man, crazy. Like some news. I mean, okay, those teams did not play yet, so because we will cover the other 8 teams, Bobičku.
Yeah, we're going through the 8 matches.
Another
I mean, we're recording on Tuesday morning. So, you know, Iran, New Zealand just finished this morning.
I saw morning. That one. That was good.
Yeah, did you watch
Into the meat. That was good. They were crazy, both teams. My goodness. Man, they were playing for their lives. Loving it.
Okay. I'll take your word for that.
He was good.
That's a lot. I did watch a bit of the Saudi
I didn't even know.
Arabia.
Do you know that actually Iran is actually the 20th ranked? I mean, okay, we discussed this. I'm not sure how much to trust the ranking, but in the end of the day, they are 20th. Not bad. 20th ranked team. You know, compared to New Zealand, they're somewhere on 87, 6. I don't want to disrespect them. Somewhere 87, 86. But man, both teams to the meat. Like, my goodness, that was like 80s of Premier League. It was really a lot of tackles, like really hardcore physical stuff, man.
You mean they should have had a ticket? They should have been on the ticket for the UFC on Sunday in Washington.
Oh, knockout. First round. First round. Oh man, that was the first game that I saw. Okay, damn. These teams are really going into it. Like that was good. So I wouldn't say the quality of the technicality of the game, right? Because as soon as they end up playing with some of the beast ones, they are screwed. But the matchup was good. That was a good mashup. They mashed up nicely that game. You know, the Iranians with the New Zealandese. That was a good mashup. Yeah. I like that one.
I had an interesting back and forth with one of my close friends over the weekend. Right. And it was about I need to be careful of the words that I use, but we're talking about quality games and what games are quality, and what games are entertaining and that sort of thing, and that it's such a, and their opinion was it's such a waste of time having these so-called smaller teams who now obviously they've qualified because they've expanded, and that's so that and that is not necessarily the games that you want to watch.
Yeah.
But some of them are proving, and I mean, I was adamant about it that that doesn't necessarily mean that the big teams when they're playing against each other that it's entertaining. And I use the example of the Champions League final. Was it an entertaining? To an extent, but it was because there was 70% of the world's population or the footballing population that wanted one team to win.
That's true.
So look, there's been a lot of emotion, a lot of exciting ends to the games over the past couple of days, whether it be the really big teams or I mean we will get to all of those as we go through.
Look at you, big teams, small teams, some good games. Stick to that, Bobby. Big or small.
You
saw what Cape Verde did to Spain. Meat.
We talk about the traditionally what is seen as the more more accomplished nations. We can't avoid that. It is what it is.
More accomplished. Yeah. There are some more accomplished nations.
But that's the beauty, and that's the beauty of sport. You're always rooting for the underdog, or at least I do. Growing up as a Liverpool supporter, we were seen as the underdog most of the time, right?
You should start watching some United games then now. Rooting underdogs, hey, just saying. Rooting underdogs, no, Bobby. You guys are on the top. United is an underdog. We should watch some. We should go some.
And I will quote my same friend, and I agree with him. I will quote my same friend. Liverpool, the worst defending champions in the history of the Premier League. Hands down. There's my underdog story.
Yeah.
There's my underdog story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see
which game we go through first, Bobby. You select.
Well, we're gonna go through these games. Yeah, we're gonna go through Germany Curacao first because we ended off with
okay, before you get too excited, shake it off.
Shake off what?
They're not gonna pass even the group.
I've made a note. We will come back to that. This is Curacao. We were expecting this. We both expected a hiding. Let's see how the things go later on. But let's just jump into it. Seeing as it's there, just for those at home watching, we will go through, like I said, eight games that we didn't go through in the previous episode. And then after that, we'll try and go through a couple of predictions. I don't know if we will do that, but definitely we will touch on the fantasy, because I think the fantasy is there's some information that I can share with Ricky that could be helpful, and we'll also show our teams what our teams look like at the moment. I have to show it because I'm smiling right now. I'm smiling. I'm doing.
You scored some good points, I imagine. Yeah.
Some it's good. Definitely helped by experience. Definitely, there's some help from the experience and knowing the game. So
anyway,
we're going into Germany Curacao. My Havertz pick came off. Yeah, you could have had a hat trick. No, didn't he hit the bar? Look, do we actually need to speak about this game? Because what we expected was expected. What we expected did happen, even though there's been a lot of games where what we expected didn't happen. Curacao does see Curacao. Apologies for the pronunciation. I think there seems to be a consensus that they could be one of the I don't want to say worst, but I'm gonna have to say it. One of the worst teams or the weakest teams in the World Cup.
Well, let's put it this way. Germany finished their chances. At the end of the day, Germany had less chances than Switzerland and less chances than Turkey. Curacao, actually, when they went on a counterattack, they were pretty good.
They were impressive.
So I wouldn't say like result-wise the worst, but there are teams actually I would rate them lower than Curacao on a performance base. Result-wise, I agree because in the end, what it was, it was a nice result. But performance-wise, they were not that bad actually. I mean,
Yeah,
bad. It's crazy to say because I really saw worse performances.
yeah. One thing for sure, because this was actually the game that started the bit of debate in the group chat with my buddies. And I mean, I completely agreed though that Germany was expected to win, but what I didn't agree with that was in the chat was that what we were chatting about was that the game was entertaining. Curacao when they had possession, they were on the break. They looked dangerous, especially in the first half. That Germany they weren't able necessarily to take at the beginning to take their chances, and that caused that causes a little bit of uneasiness with the team when you have that that expectation to go ahead and put the other team to the sword and completely blow them out of the water. When they scored that second goal, when they scored the first, the equalizer. I mean, that was beautiful.
No, that was
it was
emotional. That was loving. I
not
was
only
loving it.
not only a beautiful goal, but critically after that we saw how Curacao, how they started dominating, how they
Yep.
started being,
Momentum
hey,
switch.
we need to Germany, you need to take note of these guys. So and that water, sorry, the hydration break.
Hydration break.
Man, did this not just play into
Ruined
Germany's
it.
hands? Did it not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
play into Germany's hands?
Big time, Bobby. The
Yeah,
momentum was on Curacao's side.
yeah,
Like I was hyped up. Like that's when we were texting each other.
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
it again ruined the momentum.
Look,
Ah, it is what it is. Yeah.
You can blame that. Then also, you think of the individuals, and this is where the experience comes into play.
Yeah.
I would say, and where the as we say, the, the the more accomplished teams do have that advantage because they've been in all kinds of situations playing at really high level. And the team from Curacao, they weren't able to to wrestle back that momentum, you know. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be there. We've heard all the players and ex coaches and TV presenters and pundits and everyone speaking about it. Is it gonna change before before the end of the tournament? Doubt it. So it's gonna need to be dealt with, and experience at top level football is going to play into the hands
Yeah. Less
of the bigger
surprises.
teams.
We will not see that many
Yeah.
surprises because of this exactly.
Yeah, well,
Because look,
we say
Curacao
that.
could have finished stronger, right? Like
They could
now,
have.
of course, it's easy to talk about what if and the what if.
Hmm.
But let's say going into halftime with a 1-1 or 2-1 to Curacao could have been a different second half, not
Yeah,
6-7 goals. Yeah.
yeah,
But again, easy to now say what if and what if.
yeah.
But yeah,
Could have.
Germany, well done. But now brace yourself, Germany, because it's Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay, wait. 13, 13 minutes 30. We'll clip all these. Come on,
No, Cliff.
watch the
What you wanna Cliff? What
I
you
want to
wanna
clip
Cliff?
it. I want to clip it. Well, if it turns out to be
No,
true, then
Cliff.
I'll take my spades.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Because how adamant you are that it's going to happen.
Even more so after watching, because which one we go next? Okay, I'm gonna hold myself
I,
till we actually talk about that game.
I want.
Yeah.
I just want to say a few more things about the Germany game. I will tell you, who is Leroy Sané? What is he doing on the field?
Oh
He's the
yeah.
German version of Sterling, in my eyes. That guy, every time he got the ball, I was like, what are you actually trying to do?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was useless that he was in. Yeah. Agree.
I don't know. We got
Agree.
surprise, surprise. We both got the prediction right, not the exact score, but we got the result right. I don't think anyone got the result wrong. Although I was maybe a little bit close. What I predicted, 8-0.
Jesus Christ, actually predicted 8-0.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, that's well done.
Pretty close. Not too bad. Not too.
Hey, but well done for me. I predicted
For the
Curacao will
goal.
score.
Fair
Oh,
play.
good
Fair
God.
play. Fair play. Do we
Okay.
want to? We move on to the game that put me to sleep. In all honesty,
Okay, I understand it put you to sleep,
no,
but the
not
second
because of the
half was
game.
better. Okay, but
Yeah,
let's announce which game we talk about. It's Netherlands, right?
yeah,
Netherlands,
Netherlands,
Japan.
Japan. Yeah,
First half was really like that was really to put, but the second half was a bit better, Bobby,
yeah,
because that's where the goals came from. Second half was a bit
yeah,
more end to endish.
yeah,
They
yeah,
opened up in the second half.
yeah. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. And I see you got the exact score here. So you predicted exactly the 2-2. Yeah, that game was on when the 5 a.m. the 5 a.m. from the night before watching football
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
knocked me hard. It knocked
But
me hard, and
really, and you know what I like? Maybe it's not about the players. It was for me, Bobby, the best atmosphere
yeah.
so
Oh
far.
well, the Dutch always bring
Bobby, it
it.
was beautiful because of the Dutch. They are crazy, and the
Yeah,
Japanese, and they were mixed up. It was
yeah,
such a cherishing. There was no booing at any point. It was constant cheering, constant cheering. You hear Japan, you hear Holland, Japan, Holland. Man, it was the environment was the most beautiful game, and the stadium as well. They played in this Dallas stadium. It was beautiful because that has a roof. That was a closed roof
uh huh,
stadium, and imagine in a closed roof stadium, you
all
put
of
the
that.
Japanese and the Dutchies there.
Yeah,
Oh, it was no,
yeah,
it was that
yeah,
that was the beautiful part of it.
yeah,
So, and they got really noisy in the second half, and the goals were coming. So
yeah.
that's my main takeaway. That was beautiful.
I've got a couple of takeaways there, but I just want to mention one thing now that you're speaking of the fans, and I'll
Mm.
take my to go back to the World Cup in 2010, where man, it was such a privilege to live in the city and the country where they hosted it, and man, when Netherlands play, when the Dutch played at not Newlands at Cape Town Stadium, we didn't have tickets. Myself and my buddies, we didn't have tickets. We weren't, but we were going into town, into the town to be and to witness this big orange man, whatever, I
Wow,
don't know what this
amazing,
big orange
man.
wall, because there was what they call it a fan walk.
Mhm.
So wherever the public transport is, it stops. Yeah, and no one. So all the fans need to walk along and into the stadium, and we decided we're going to walk with these Orania, with these guys, and I mean Cape Town. There's a saying, "Die Kaap is Hollands," which comes from the fact that the Dutch arriving there in
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
tell me
yeah,
the
yeah.
years,
Back
don't
in
tell
the
me the year.
history.
So we're not going to go into too much of this,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
being there and experiencing that live, it's I don't know who they were
Beautiful.
playing, but it's I've still got some pictures of that. So yeah, absolutely can relate to the fact that the fans
Yeah,
were
Bobby. That
amazing
that
there.
was really amazing there. Proper World Cup vibe from a fan perspective. That was
Yeah,
beautiful, really.
yeah. I'll
That was beautiful.
just some stats from because I didn't watch the
Ooh,
game, so I had a
some
look at the
stats.
stats.
Excuse me. Shoot them over,
Uh,
Bobby. Very good.
Japan, apparently, and you tell me from watching the game, but Japan's defense was what saved them. Was really crazy. They made 90% defensive tackles on in the by defenders.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The,
And the second balls as well in a
yeah,
16. They did really good on that. Ball
yeah.
recovery, top notch.
And when I compare that to the Dutch, because they had exactly the same amount of defensive tackles. They both had 11, but the success rate for the Japan was 90%. For the Dutch was half that, 45%. So does that tell me reading to that stats tells me that the finishing maybe wasn't that good from Japan. Um, Also, then you've got the expected goals,
You spot on there.
which
You spot on.
The Dutch were more. Most of their chances were coming from the set pieces, as opposed to Japan, which was coming from open play, which I saw
Yeah.
again from the data. Um,
And the
Graven,
data doesn't lie in this case because Virgil and Mickey van de Ven together on a pitch at their current form, that's not a good mashup. Yeah. Mickey van de Ven and Van Dijk, you should have seen them my goodness. What this Japanese forward respect to him, I cannot recall his name, but damn that guy, how he just passed them 2 or 3 times. And as you said, what a chance they missed, the Japanese, because just sleeping at the back, like what we see over the course of the season as well, that the air defense, when it comes to header, Van Dijk good, but when there is a short pass or something in a 16, he slept 2 times. Like, oh my god, how did you end up being next to me? And the next second, oh my god, how are you now behind me? You know, so that was just happened. But what was surprising for me, the Dutchies are physical. They are tall. Always, I think they had 6 or 7 first squad players over 6 feet, and in the end, conceding a goal from a corner. You know, the Japanese scored from a corner, the 2-2. Man, that was funny. I mean, looking at statistically, because this is one of the shortest team versus one of the tallest team.
Yeah.
And, you know, they conceding a goal from a corner.
And
Amazing.
I said it about the Dutch, yeah, in one of the previous episodes, that they probably with Germany, but one or two tiers lower, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned, yeah.
Gravenberch, 2 assists. It's amazing what he can do when he's not played as a number 6, right?
Shake it off.
What do you
different team, different players.
Do I not speak? Should I not be critical of the Dutch now that you guys have got all your Dutch connection?
No, not just, we both do have now that we have a common topic. Shake it off.
Anyway, I think let's go on to Ivory Coast, because I want to talk about Africa, because Africa is making a noise.
That's why it's Auf Wiedersehen. It's exactly this game that we're going to talk about. Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Bobby,
what a game.
Germany needs to play with these 2 teams. Do you understand? That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I mentioned meat in Iran and New Zealand. Man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This was a proper, man. This was almost a rugby game. If it was something, man, I loved it. The high intensity, both pressuring high, but both physical, like, you know, that almost like being cocky in a sense that they all went high pressing because they knew that they're all fast. They all track back like this. And there was like 2-3 times when I saw like Ecuador is pressing high and then counterattack or Ivory Coast. And it was beautiful to see this 2 line of defense, like 8 players, like 4 backline, 4 in the middle, that they just whoop, in a second of a time. Like, Jesus Christ, guys, you are crazy. How fast 8 of them. I said they had this 4-4-2 setup. The 2 just came back quickly till the middle, but this 2 line of block, whoop, unbelievable. Man, I don't know. Germany good, but these 2 teams, I'm really loving it. I had the bias for them. Okay, of course it's a bias. Needless to say, it's a bias. I've been biased towards them because I really want these 2 teams to succeed. And I had that feeling because I told you this before they played, right? Like the Auf Wiedersehen. And now I'm just stamping it. Like, bam, Auf Wiedersehen. These 2 teams gonna take the 3 points against Germany.
Okay.
But let's put it this way. Germany is not gonna finish in the first 2. They may still pass.
Third.
Yeah, because unfortunately I realized that actually 8 teams, like we have 12 groups, I think, and out of the 12 groups,
so that's 24
in 8 groups,
but there's 32, so there's 8 more teams. So
8 more teams can pass.
So
the 8
best third place.
Unfortunately, with their 7-1 results and 3 points, they may squeeze in, but they are losing against Ivory. And Ecuador.
I discount that third place. When we talk about the top
good,
2.
Because I just looked at the 1-1-2. Good.
So whether if they go through for third place, then I hold my hands up. Then you still I still give the kudos to you. I still give you the kudos. But if they do make it through to the 8th, then we do a a compilation.
We take a break of episodes then.
We just do add the clips of when you said
Taki or you know what.
Auf Wiedersehen. we put that together and I'll just sit and watch and we
shake it off. So the game at itself was good. It deserved a draw because really both left out everything on a pitch. It was like no lack of desire, no lack of mentality, physicality. Don't even talk about it. And then this little Ahmad. I'm not
from where?
something.
Who does he play for? Yeah,
there's
underdogs. There's underdogs
in the Premier League. He scored that goal in the end. I'm like, okay, let it.
Was it
be,
a good
man.
goal? I actually didn't see it.
Not that bad.
Once I saw who scored, I was like,
nothing spectacular. But just sad. In the end, he deserved the draw. Yeah, because but it is what it is. They took away the 3 points, and that's why it's even more dangerous now playing against Ecuador, because now they're gonna really bite.
Yeah, interesting that they hit the bar 4 times. You know,
Oh, Ecuador that's true, 3 times. Man, what a nice shot those were.
Senegal
not
once.
A simple bar. They were like boom rockets bar, boom rocket bar.
You put that there, and then you can see again. You know, my assessment and what I at least take away from the game, not watching it, was that it could have gone either way. As you were saying, it was an up and down game. Both teams were attacking. Both teams were playing as if they wanted to win. Wouldn't it have been nice for a final, you know, to be like that, where both teams actually want to win the game, you know?
Man.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice to watch?
Beautiful.
And again, you know, we talk about the African teams. Okay, look, no disrespect to Ecuador, you rate them really high, and you really want them to want them to do well.
They are good.
But I mean, again, neither of us predicted Ivory Coast to win the game. You predicted a draw. You predicted a draw. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And again, it could have gone either way. And I mean, my prediction was a 2-1 to Ecuador. So again, pretty close.
Yeah.
It could have easily have swung. Ecuador puts one of those two of those they go against the woodwork, go in, and there we go. So gonna be tough to call it. Let's see if they're going to dominate the Germans as you predict, and we'll see who goes, which one of those top the log.
Yeah.
And then as we talk about, or as I'm talking about the great Africa, how good the African teams are. I mean, and I will touch on once we cover the last team. I'll touch on South Africa as well. I will touch on what I want to say about them. But Tunisia,
good God, painful for my eyes. Because okay, you hear a result 5-1, but when you hear who scored the 5, like Jesus Christ, man, Tunisia. My goodness. And you know what is funny? In Tunisia, I think if I recall it well, the guy who scored actually 2 goals for Sweden is from Tunisia. Ayari. Who scored the first and who scored the 5th. That guy is Tunisian, just of course born and raised in Sweden and decided to be Swedish, but just a bit more salt on it for poor Tunisians, you know, besides the result that actually it's, one of theirs scored 2 goals against them. But overall, what can I say? Sweden was good. I cannot. It's the same like for Germany, because in the end it was Curacao. In the end, this was Tunisia. So not too sure what to add there. But even though Gyökeres and Isak looked good together, they were exchanging assists. So they looked good up front. They looked good up front. Defended well, but again, defending against what? Right? Tunisian attack. So that's why I reserve myself on those comments about defense and midfield. But in the attack, they were linking up nice. So perhaps it was a good start game for them to get things going. Right?
Yeah, so, I mean, Gyökeres really hasn't. I mean, he's again, he's got double digits in the Premier League this season. But I take the World Cup kind of out of it, and I look at from a selfish perspective, from a Liverpool perspective, and I see Isak scoring a goal, giving 2 assists. It's gonna, after not having played for a big portion of the season because of injury, we need his confidence up. Coming back to Liverpool, irrespective
Yeah,
of
Bobby.
irrespective, because we know as a striker, doesn't matter how you're playing, the goals is what gives you the confidence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Being involved
Goals.
in the
In the
goals is
end of
what,
the day, a goal is a goal. Yeah, yeah.
and the rest of the play and the movement comes after that. Get the ball in the back of the net, or help get the ball in the back of the net, and you're gonna feel like, hey, does it, and whoever you're playing against, it doesn't matter who you're playing against, and we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him firing. When he comes back, I knock on wood, that he stays fit and that he has a decent tournament. Don't want him to go out, but if they go out early, then it's a bit better for the club. Less chance of it. But it's good to see. It's just good to see him. You see his name on the score sheet. Doesn't matter, irrespective of
Yeah,
the style. That's
yeah.
all I can
But
say.
see, like I'm disappointed in Tunis because I thought they're gonna put up a fight, and I didn't expect this much as well from Sweden. Hence, you may see I placed the draw. I felt like okay, this is not gonna go anywhere this game, and look what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look what happened. At
Well,
least you expected they will win, so you're good
yeah.
on there.
Yeah. I put down Sweden for them, but yeah, I would. I mean, I can't say for sure, but let's see what the same with South Africa. Let's see what happens with them in their second game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Let's see.
because what we're seeing is a big disparity between the African teams that are doing well and the African teams that aren't doing well. And is it the truth that in reality that they're that far apart? I don't know if the answer to that question is yes. I don't know if the answer to that question is no. Are they getting cold feet on such a big stage? Are there things that are unsettling them? Blah blah blah. I mean, again, Tunisia is predominantly Islamic country. So is that something that's being that is affecting the way that they are preparing for the games, their mindset going into the games?
Could
We
be.
don't we don't know. We don't know. But
Yeah, 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 yeah.
let's see what game 2 is like, if there's, because man, there's always a second chance, and that's why I'm wearing this shirt. We look at the second chance saloon. There's something romantic about getting a second chance and pulling it off. There's something fairy tale about it. Let's see. No harm, no foul if it doesn't work. Let's see.
Yeah.
But now Tunisia's got the second game. They've got another chance. Let's see how they're doing in that game.
Let's see.
Ah,
Which
I've
one
put
we go with next one?
I've
So
put
after
I've put
Sweden,
nothing there. I've put nothing there. How did that happen? That's all I've got to
yeah,
say.
Spain,
How
Cape
did
Verde.
that happen? How did that happen?
Like
You
it crazy, like what I've been seeing actually, and this is really crazy. Knowing that Cape Verde had perfectly parked the bus, really defended well. You know that Indian they only made one foul the whole 90 minutes? One, Bobby, one single foul.
how how
How,
how?
Bobby? One single foul. Like it's exactly so. Like what to add exactly said. I didn't add anything there. It's just like, huh, how did they pull this off? I mean, end of the day, it all comes down to Spain, right? They were without an idea, and you see the importance they came in cocky into this World Cup. Let's put that way, because the build-up games they didn't utilize. They were all over somewhere over the rainbow first squads in all the build-up games. They didn't even try a strong ones, like how they gonna make look like okay in one game. Let me put just the first option for an attack. On another one, at least the midfield. Fuentes constantly mixed up like all over. Bobby, the last game, that they had as a build-up before the World Cup, he actually called the players to play it that's not going to be on the World Cup. Let me just say that, okay? How crazy that is.
What's
He
the point
called
of
the
that?
players to play that game that are not coming to the World Cup. I think that's all I'm going to say there.
You don't need to say anything more. I mean,
seriously, like
that
how
makes
can you come up
no
into
sense.
that?
That makes no sense. That makes as much sense as putting Rio in for taking Rio with just to play one game. Look, that I can understand. But
Yeah.
taking an entire starting 11, that's
Man, so the
doesn't
build up,
make any
like that's
sense.
I'm not
Doesn't make any
surprised. Like
sense.
in the end of the day, these are star players, but they don't play much alongside, right? So they need these games. They're gonna lose it, let it lose. Like France, that they lose against Ivory Coast, let them lose. But they had the team together. They were together on that pitch. They sense that. So there are some takeaways to come into that. I mean, we will see them by the way, but you need to play them together.
Yeah.
So that's caused them now.
Yeah.
Because that's what we see like with the small teams, because these are the first round small teams is the most dangerous thing to play against, because like Cape Verde or Australia, like there is the guy in Australia, there's Milos Degenek, who is actually Serbian. He played in Araujo Belgium for many years, and he gave to a Serbian media an interview that, guys, everybody should be scared of us because we came 3 weeks before the World Cup to US. We trained as a team together, for there is no team that is better prepared than us. And guess what happened? What we've seen, yeah.
What did he steal that strategic, mind-blowing managerial decision from Arteta, who went there 3 days early? It's like, let's go earlier.
Yeah. No, but see, because small teams, they finish their season earlier. Like those players can come together earlier. So as a team in a national team, that's really important.
What do you
that
mean
you guys
small?
play together?
What do you mean small teams? You mean teams that are not as accomplished, right? No, there's no small teams and big teams.
Can I swear? No, I cannot swear. Right? Shake it off. Non-accomplished teams. Now he's firing back at me. Yeah. So let's say players that play not in the top 5 leagues, or like they play somewhere else where they don't have any European competition or any continent level of competition. They finish their league season, they are free to go. Like example, okay, that's not going to be a good example, and I'm not going to even talk about it. But I was about to say Mexico, because the national team called them earlier out, even before the Mexican league ended, to come and train. But again, not a good example. But there are countries that they can afford to do that, right? So, but yeah, that's the only reason why I'm just not surprised in Spain, because they did not approach it seriously. So I'm really interested to see their second game. It's an all-in game.
Yeah, I mean, again,
because I'm not questioning their qualification, but they cannot afford qualifying second or third through the group stage, because they end up maybe in a quarterfinal playing against France, Argentina, or somebody, and then.
Well, with the way some of the groups are looking, it might actually flip. It might actually be flipped with the amount of let's say surprise results that we're getting. It might actually flip, and it's going to be difficult to predict where you need to end first or second to get the easier route, which is great for the tournament.
It's good.
It's really good for the tournament. But yeah, one thing I want to say, and again, I don't know, 2010 is kicking in my mind big time this morning. But the same way that France entered that World Cup, right? I think they also entered that World Cup a little bit cocky, a little bit like, because they were the champions. They were the champions, and what Switzerland they drew with, and then
yeah.
Was it Switzerland? Because they were in the group with Switzerland and Mexico and South Africa.
Correct.
And they went out. They went out. So,
okay, but that was a really controversial World Cup for them. They were Hollywood. Really, like off the pitch. I think for them more happened off the pitch than on the pitch, right? That was a very famous controversy in the French national team. Yeah. I recall. Anyway, Bobby, anything else on Spain?
Nah, I think we can move away from Spain. Look did you see my prediction there? Did you see my prediction?
No, but I understand why you put 7-0. Like I understand. I put 3-1, but still, because I was hesitant to put any high results because of all these hydration breaks. Right? Like the hydration breaks was like, but otherwise I'm not surprised you put that, knowing who they are.
Yeah, and knowing that this has happened now, it's going to have big impact on my planning moving forward with my fantasy team.
Yeah.
It's going to have, because I've got 3 of these guys in the end, 2 forwards with. I expect Lamine Yamal to start in the next game, even though there was from the beginning it was saying he might probably be ready to play a full game, maybe in the knockout stages or at least the 3rd game for soonest. I think he's going to get at least 60 minutes in the next game because they need to get a victory and they're going to need him. So it's going to be interesting whether they're going to do that. But yeah, Ferran Torres needs to come out of my team because apparently he missed a sitter, or he could have scored and changed a bit of the game. I'll keep the other striker in, but yeah, also big decent impact onto my fantasy team. Belgium versus Egypt.
That was
Ricky,
nice, man.
Ricky, Mo Salah's really finished.
Nice.
Tell me, Mo Salah's finished.
It's your moment. No, I agree. Mo Salah is not finished. No,
and look, and it's not against
actually the link comes.
A less established team. It's not against the.
Right? This is how we're gonna go about this, man. We need to recall this thing. We need to come up with something
against
better.
Against a Belgian team that, you know what?
Yeah, the Dortmund were praised as well, Belgium team.
No. Also, can Salah can he shake off Courtois, because this guy, I mean, man,
what I said, that header.
Dude, Salah doesn't header. Salah doesn't hardly scores headers.
Yeah.
But what a save! Jeez, man, wow, and what an end-to-end game as well. Oh,
the game was very good.
Loved it.
I really liked the game. It was really good to watch. It was really good to watch, like how decisive Egypt is. My God, as soon as they go forward, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. That was, and Salah played more of an interesting role. He was not more wide. He was more in the middle, and he played almost. Enjoy it. It's 9.5, almost like 10. It was very nice how he linked up and.
Interesting.
Sending the balls, yeah.
Playing Mo Salah on the touchline doesn't work. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if their coach knew something that this club coach didn't.
Yeah, but yeah, fairly that he did very good, right? Like it was not selfishly. Like when there's a counter attack, it was not that okay, Salah, you run, we give you the ball. It was the opposite. Salah had the ball and he was setting up the runners. And that was nice.
Yeah.
Because in the end of the day, that's how it should be at this point of time. So it was really nice.
And what a free kick from De Bruyne.
Oh, that's supposed to go in. My God, it's like
what a free kick.
The ball, like it went over the wall, and actually
it was halfway. It was halfway. It was or maybe less than halfway up the post. It wasn't like it was top bins or something.
Yeah. Like how it was bending down the ball, how it had that direction, that ball. That was beautiful, man. The goalkeeper was beaten. It was nowhere to catch it. Like if that goes in, it goes in.
Yeah.
Man, that was beautiful.
You know, and that could have. I think from the beginning also that game was scripted to be KDB versus Mo. And how beautiful would it have been for Salah to score that header and KDB to score that.
And it was his birthday as well yesterday, Bobby.
Salah, what is he,
34, I think.
34, 33.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah?
Man, I think when I was watching the game, they said actually that was long time since the last time. I think Patrick Vieira, when he was playing the World Cup, was the last player when somebody scored on a birthday. So it was a really special day to try go and score. And he had the chance, but he had against him his demon.
The nemesis. His nemesis.
Yeah.
Man, this
crazy,
guy.
Seriously,
dude,
something is there.
It's like this guy it's like every time he plays against Mo, it's like he goes to the devil or something and be like, dude, man, you know what? I'll sell you this. Just make me sure I can keep this guy out. Yep. You know, there's something.
And
there's
it
something
took a beautiful shot to beat him because in the end the goal was beautiful.
Yeah.
But my goodness, that shot at that speed, like how the guy connected it, wow,
Yeah.
beautiful
What?
goal. And that's what it takes to beat Courtois because he's that good, man. He's
And
that
then,
good, but beautiful shot.
yeah. And then we've got, are we going to talk about, even though the goal wasn't a credit to him, first touch Lukaku. Hey,
Oof!
comes on, boom, boom.
See, like there are football gods. Yeah, like some things happens for a reason. Like what we talk about Salah and Courtois, but when Lukaku shows up in a national team, he scores. That guy barely played this season.
Yeah.
That guy barely like on our hands we can count the amount of games that Lukaku played this season. It's unbelievable. Lukaku, Bobby, in a European national teams, he's the second top scorer in a national team after Cristiano Ronaldo. Like 91, he scored I think 91 goals
Wow.
in a national team.
Well, I mean, he's been there he's been there for ages, yeah.
Yeah, but still,
He's been
in
in
a
the national
history
team
of
for
the
ages,
European
yeah.
national
Yeah.
teams, he's the second top scorer of the
Yeah.
European national teams of all time, Bobby. Of all time.
That's
Romelu
crazy.
Lukaku.
It's
Crazy to
crazy.
say.
It's crazy. He's still not Divock Origi, but he's he's good. But we say that, and we say that, yeah, he's got the pedigree, he's got the experience, he's got the stats, the data, he's got the goals, the numbers, but then he gets an open goal, he gets an open header, a free
Yeah, the
header,
head.
and he
Yeah,
wastes it.
he
And he
wasted that one.
wastes it,
Knowing his
you know,
quality and his strength,
and that
that was a waste.
and then that maybe reveals he hasn't been playing
Yeah. Not in shape.
for too much. But
Yeah.
man,
Good game.
and
It was a good game to watch. I really enjoyed that one.
yeah, this is where I want to touch on the African teams
Now touch
because
on your African
because
teams.
because watching AFCON, I don't think I saw Egypt as comfortable against any of the African teams as I did. And not to say that they were comfortable, but they looked a lot better against Belgium than what I've seen them in AFCON. I don't know, if that says anything about Belgium, about their midfield, about the defense? Because I don't think they're terrible. I think they're a decent team, but
No,
I
but not
don't think,
physical enough. Because the problem is with Egypt when they go against an Ivory Coast or they go against a Senegal or a Morocco, man, that three teams gonna beat Belgium. Let's put it that brackets. Like we talk about Africa or whatnot, but Africa has some really good teams right now. So Belgium, I wouldn't put Belgium favorite against Ivory Coast, against Senegal, or against Morocco. Because in
yeah.
the end, those are the teams that Egypt as well will struggle to beat. Right? Exactly
Mm,
those teams.
mm, mm. And we will throw South Africa in that mix because you know that the the last
Yeah,
game of
in
the
the
group
AFCON.
stages,
Yeah,
right?
that was controversial. I
Yeah,
agree.
and that for me further kind of backs up what I said when we reviewed the South African
Yeah.
game. That look,
I hope so because I really want
they look
Bafana
disjointed.
to do good.
They look
I, I
disjointed.
I really want them to do good, but that first game, that's still okay. After this 16 games, that's still my worst game.
Yeah,
The opener. Okay, there is no game that beat that game to be worse than that one. Still, so that's why I hope they have a lot to prove in a second. I want
yeah,
Bafana to pass. I want them to make history.
yeah.
Like they are my favorites out of Africa. So I really want them
Well,
to do good. But
yeah. I just wanted
maybe
to
that's
put
why
into
as well I'm more emotional to them because I really expect a lot from them.
yeah. Well,
And yeah,
I just wanted to say that to put that into perspective for everyone that's listening, to everyone at home, like, you might not know much about the African teams, or maybe you do know a lot,
yeah,
but I mean, coming into that tournament, Bafana was they were one of the favorites. And
exactly.
it was a
That's why I
surprise
expect a
that
lot of them.
it was a
Agree.
surprise that they got knocked out in the group stages. They had been on at that stage the longest unbeaten run in international football.
Correct.
No other team was on as long of an
Correct.
unbeaten run. It was 20 odd games, 23, 24, 25, something like that. Um, so, when I saw what I saw opening match, um, of course you're going to be disappointed, but you didn't expect it to be that way. So yeah, let's see what round two brings.
let's
The
see.
nerves are settled. It's like
exactly.
it's like
We shall
you
wait
know.
and see.
Yeah, when you in I don't know. These are like the heats when you athletics. These are the ones where you just qualify. You just qualify for the next heat. Qualify for the next heat. Sometimes you're a bit nervous and you don't put on your best. You don't do your best time, but you need to warm up. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe the heat will keep them warm. Maybe the heat will warm them up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
maybe this is the last because we still have 2 games. Crazy because we like to chew these topics, but we have to move on. But maybe the next call to talk about leaderships. It's more about the takeaway, not to chew it now, but just throw it there. Who is the captain of Belgium? Tielemans. Next to Lukaku, next to De Bruyne, next to Courtois. That just I give everybody the doubt there out. What the hell is going on there when it comes to leadership? That's all I'm gonna say. And let's just move on because that's a topic itself that we can chew perhaps next time. Captains and leaders. Yeah. What we got next?
Saudi and Uruguay.
Saudi, Uruguay. Ho. Bielsa and the gang. Not surprised on a result actually. Why I say I'm not surprised? I expected actually that Uruguay gonna win, of course, but knowing the build up to the game, I'm not surprised. For everybody, like what Uruguay went through these last days, that's crazy. Like the build up to come to this game is crazy because they were preparing in Mexico, right, for the game one, and to flew over to US. They actually just traveled on a day of the game. They made it 7 or 8 hours, just 7 8 hours before the game. They landed at the place where they got to play. Saudi Arabia was there for days preparing for this game. So I don't understand I could call out and complain maybe the organization, but at the same time, Uruguay as a nation as well. Why the hell you were there? Why you were not doing the same? So it's not that I'm gonna blame now the US because the rules were clear. It's not that they came up with the rules of what kind of plane and how they're gonna the travel. That was always there. So it's actually within Uruguay is the blame, how they actually organized their team to be there. Because there is a rule as well that you have to land at the place 6 hours before the game. Otherwise, it's an automatic 3-0. If you came less than that, and they just barely made it. Imagine just that nonsense stress on that as well, just to make sure. Oh my God, we landed, we are there. Oh my God, we can play. That doesn't help. And again, it was a less successful team that actually had a chance to build up and work together. Because one advantage of the Saudis, they all play in a Saudi league.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
That's a big advantage. Saudi or not Saudi, whatever, it's a national team at this stage.
Yeah.
That builds into it. It's not about builds in that we're gonna score now 7 goals, but it builds into it. If we need jointly to do something, to defend or press, they're gonna do it because they understand each other.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm just knowing the build-up story of the game, not surprised of the result, but of course, if it was all going as expected, I expected Uruguay to win.
Yeah. I've got nothing more. Actually, I've got nothing to say about the Uruguay win. Darwin started. I saw that there's so many. I saw there's so many miss shots or so many attempts, and I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, did this guy get the chances again? I love the guy. But
the character-wise, it's cool.
But you can't deny.
But it's a joke.
You can't deny
it's a joke. Come on.
And I chose I don't know, are they brothers? I don't know if there's are they brothers in the team?
Araujo?
Was there's one in the midfield and one in the... And I chose the defender. I chose the defender in my team and he didn't start, but that's fine. You'll maybe touch on the fantasy a little bit.
Yeah, we should have time. Let's wrap up. We have one more game then after this.
Again, New Zealand and Iran. I called out Chris Wood in our last episode when we spoke about New Zealand, and he came through with 2 assists. What happened in the game? You said it was
It was
a fist fight.
Good. And he did good. Chris Wood, he's a proper physical player.
Yeah,
he's good. He is.
I mean, he's 6 foot. He's 6 foot something. He's tall and he's big. I mean, they grow them big in New Zealand. Yeah, they grow these guys big in New Zealand. Yeah, so you're gonna play against a big.
What is the next game that we have? We have one more left.
That was the last game. Iran, New Zealand. That was the
Yeah,
last. That's the
that was
last
the
game.
last game.
That was
Okay,
the last
maybe
game.
on that I took away a point, didn't I? Because I predicted.
Yeah.
I predicted the draw.
You predicted a draw. Let me just put the 0 in there for me so you can see it, so you don't think that I'm trying to nothing. So there, I predicted it. I predicted a win for Iran, and I based that
I
on.
understand why.
I based it on the fact that Haiti beat New
Yeah,
Zealand 4-0. Even though it was a warm up game, I just thought.
Yeah. A build up to the game makes sense why you did that.
Yeah. All right. Look, we've got maybe a few minutes left.
Yeah. Let's review fantasy, right?
I want to share some insights with you. Last episode we spoke about substituting in Havertz.
Yeah.
Right, that you could sub in. Do you? I don't know. I don't know if you didn't want to do it or if you thought you had more time to do it.
I thought I have more time to do it. I didn't make it on time.
Yeah, you didn't make it. So you got that.
And 13. I lost so many points. I lost.
Yeah.
I mean, 13. I didn't lose. I got actually 13. But right? Did I get 13?
Yeah. 30, but he's on the bench. He's on your bench.
So what does that mean now?
That doesn't count towards your score. Only the players in your starting 11 count towards your score.
This is unfair. You see, like I need to compete with somebody that knows all these rules, and so all my 13 points are ignored.
All with unless you see the unless.
But this is not cool. I saw the table as well. This is not nice. This is not nice. I feel like being bullied on this game.
You're learning. This is fun.
This is
fun. This is a fun. This is
at the moment I don't enjoy it.
This is fun.
My 13 points are ignored.
Okay, you are not going to, but did I not tell you to do that? Did I not share that with you on our last episode?
You're not helping me, Bobby.
How am I not helping you? Did I not? Is that what I shared with you? Is it my fault that you don't listen to the man who's been playing for a while?
You're misguiding me.
I told you need to swap in Havertz for who was it? For Rafinha.
Yeah,
I told you swap in for Rafinha.
Yeah, you did. You did say I
said that.
You did.
Now the key takeaway here is once a player has played and he's on your bench, you can't swap him in. Only players that are on your bench that haven't played, you can swap them in. You can sub them in. So, but there's still an opportunity, or there's still a chance that you could get Havertz's points. But that would mean that 2 players from Nuno Mendes, Kounde, Simeone, Bruno Fernandes, and Haaland, that they don't get any minutes. So 2 of those guys need to not start and play anything, because then what will happen is...
Okay, so in reality, I'm not getting these 13 points now.
Chances are you won't be getting it. Very important for the next game is...
Okay, this luckily is on a record. You were misguiding me, Bob. I lost 13 points.
Because I didn't tell you to put to
be honest, when I look at the league, that 13 points wouldn't make much of a difference.
Probably not. But this is the big or the key thing that I shared at the shared with you is that your team, you've got a strong team. These names of these players are big names, big players, but that's not the only thing that makes a good fantasy team. You know, there's lots of things. That's a learning curve. You know, if you don't mess up, you maybe don't learn as much, right? The key is to learn from.
Come on, Simeone hat-trick, Bruno hat-trick, Haaland 5 goals, and captain Nuno Mendes 3 assists.
Have you got
still turn this around.
Where's your captain? Okay, so you need to move your captain from Hakimi to Haaland. You need to do that.
I need to move that straight up. How
you need to move that?
Okay,
you just click on, if you're going to move it to Haaland, you don't need to move it on Haaland. You can actually who plays next?
Yes, confirm. Okay, I managed.
Okay, done.
Click on Haaland and captain.
And
that's it.
Do you think is the French goalkeeper, I don't know how to pronounce,
Magnon?
Magnon is he the first choice?
Yeah.
Then I would. Do you think you'd be against Senegal?
Confirm.
Against Senegal?
Yeah, good. Because he will get the 2 points minimum as Alisson, so it cannot get worse, no?
It depends. I don't expect Senegal to score more than 2 goals. I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. So he might only get 1 point if Senegal scores 2, then and Magnon doesn't make any saves.
Yeah.
Then you'll get 1 point. But I mean that's a 1 point difference. But Look, what I wanted to tell you, or one thing that I wanted to share, is not just the how good the player is. That's important, but what's also critical, or what's also vital, is to know who they're playing against. You know, if they're playing against a weaker team, or not as what is fuck, we're gonna say weaker. We're gonna say weaker and stronger. I don't care.
Yeah, better.
So if you're playing against, if you've got a good fixture and you're playing a weaker team, that's, you want to get the strong players because then they're going to score you more points, right? You want to get the better defenders because the weaker team is not going to score goals, so you get clean sheet points. There is an option for you now, right? There is an option to do a complete makeover if you want to, because also taking into account what I spoke about in the last, when I did mention about the fantasy also, that round 3 of fixtures, it's so uncertain. We don't know who's going to be playing. So
that's my chance.
So I'm going to be playing my wild card. But the thing is, everyone is going to be playing their wild card. So do you want to play your wild card now and risk it? Or do you want to play your wild card later? Because then there's also,
I'm gonna wait, I guess.
There's also what you've got an option for you now is also you've got a 12th man chip that you can play. So you can play an extra player in your fixtures now for the second round. So we can get into that and talk about the chips or the boosters, because that 12th man could look. I've got my 12th man playing this round, even though he hasn't played yet, and I'm still so wherever I am now is where I would have been without the chip. So I'll still get that extra points. Come on, it's we compare. I know I've gone through this a lot more in depth than maybe what you had time to do. Yeah, I mean, it's, as I say, your team is a very strong team on paper, but for
tweet more. You tweet more. 2 more, my team. Okay. Give them a chance. Wait, I may still finish strong.
That's what that's the
that's the cool
I'm
not gonna make, once the round is over, then I'm gonna spit on it or chew it or whatever. But I still have some decent players there that can bring me some good points. So
and they've got some good fixtures the next round.
Yeah. So let's see.
Like you could very well not need to make any transfers.
That's why I'm waiting. I don't want to react.
Yeah, for me now, I'm telling you already straight. Torres is gone in my team.
Yeah, man. Swap
Torres is gone. McTominay is gone because they're playing against. So they've got a tough fixture. What are they playing against? Anyway, they don't have an easy fixture. Robertson is gone, so that's 3 players. So I'm already taking a -3, and I might get rid of a fourth. I might get rid of a fourth one. Who was it? Was I thinking of actually getting rid of Havertz? But I because they're playing Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
But I might just keep Havertz because he's got a knack of scoring against the big teams.
He got that. He got that something.
I might actually keep him. So we'll see.
Yeah, I keep him too. I have Havertz as well. I'm gonna keep Havertz.
We'll
he got that Miroslav Klose vibe. So
we can't say that he's the best striker in the world.
No.
But
he got that something. Yeah.
And didn't he? Yeah, he could have had a hat trick. Yeah, we mentioned that he could have had a hat trick. He hit the post or something.
Yep.
So I'm keeping him in. But the Spanish guys, I'm concerned about because now who do I get? I'm just gonna leave them as it is. I'm not gonna change anything.
I got one good point out there, maybe just to support you. Laporte, I got 9 points for the gent.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Clean sheet, and he played good. I got 9 points for a defender. Is that not bad, right?
That is good. I mean, it's because, like, you'll see a clean sheets, the players will normally get 7 points.
Yeah.
But you've got 9 points because Laporte is not, because of his percentage selection.
Yeah, not much selected. Yeah.
So he's selected by 5% or less. Actually, yeah, he's selected by 5% or less. So you got an extra 2 points for that. So
good job there.
So good on there. Yeah, I'm actually gonna for Robertson. I'm gonna bring in Hakimi's partner. I'm gonna bring in someone else from Morocco. I'm gonna bring in someone else from Morocco, and that's the thing that I want to do in the forward line. It's either for me, Igor Thiago, Igor Thiago, or I'm going to bring in Mamouche.
Yeah, good
No,
choice.
or Mamouche.
Good
And the
choice.
midfield will be Vinny. Midfield will be
Yeah.
Vinny. There's no ways I cannot go
I'm
with
gonna look
Vinny
as well if I can
for
squeeze
to
him
get
in
through it.
somehow.
But yeah, we've still got
Good
a couple of
stuff.
more games to go.
Yep.
Action all it. I mean, tonight is France Senegal, big
Can't
one,
wait for that
right?
game. My goodness,
Big
I have
one
so much
tonight.
to expect there. Let's hope.
Yeah, the like I said in the last episode, yeah, the feeder game, right?
Yeah.
The feeder game.
Yeah, man.
Let's see what the Senegalese can do.
I expect a lot.
I'm expecting a closer game
Yeah, 100%. I'm not.
than what I initially thought.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
expecting a closer game. Yeah, and then we get on to Thursday, which will be the final round of games before we start round two again. So it's we in the middle of it. We waited so long for this tournament to happen. This weekend has been crazy. It's been insane for me. For
Intense, really.
yeah, I mean we're seeing some great games. We're seeing some not so good games.
But
But we in
overall satisfied.
yeah, but
Yeah, good stories.
we in the meat of it now. This is
Yeah,
the fun part of the tournament. This is where there's games every couple of hours. We don't know what day
yep.
is what. I remember all the World Cups. You forget what day it is. It's just football, football. You just flooded with all this information and all these games. So yeah, you could
Yeah,
maybe cut it
guys.
out. Did you hear anything from the outside? Was
No,
someone
some
some
UFO. That's good. Some
okay?
UFOs are on there. That's all
No,
good, Bobby.
it was Mr. Masterpost. They was walking past. I've got
They
the
do the
windows
Hulk.
open. It's warm. It's warm here, so I need to
Yeah,
get some ventilation. Maybe I need
yeah,
to get me a fan or something so I
yeah.
can
Now you're good, Bobby.
close
Well,
the window.
basically that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Anything else,
quick
Bobby? We
rundown.
good, right? That
Uh,
was a quick,
mm, yeah, quick one to
nice and
three.
sweet. We touch base the games, fantasy. So
Yeah,
yeah, we managed
next.
everything we wanted for
Yeah,
today.
yeah. Next episode, we'll come up with our predictions for round two.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I will share that. We will share that before the beginning of round two. We will share that
Mm-hmm.
on my socials.
Yep,
Right.
that's right.
I'll share
Bobby
it on
gonna
our
share it.
YouTube channel. We'll put it in the description
That's right.
so everyone at home can have a look at it. Just to make sure that we're not submitting this after the fact and we start cheating and all this stuff. No, no, no. We'll do it. We'll do everything ahead of time. So yeah, thank you everyone again for joining us.
Yeah,
We've been having a ball. It's been tiring, but it's been so much
it's
fun.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Loving it.
yeah.
Loving it. So guys, really thanks for everything. Thanks for joining our league as well. Don't forget down
Like and
there.
subscribe. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't forget it. And then guys, enjoy the World Cup and as we say in the end, see you next time until we mash up again. Right, Bobby?
Have a good one. Have a good
Have a
one.
good one,
Cheers,
everyone.
everyone. Ciao, ciao.